I read online that your first career breakthrough came in about 2011 when you reported on Mauro Icardi leaving Barcelona. Can you tell us about that and how it kick-started your career?
The Mauro Icardi story was completely crazy because it was my first story and then my first scoop when Mauro left Sampdoria to join Inter. But it all started when he was at Barcelona, at Barca Academy, so La Masia, of course, the very famous La Masia, and I got a call from an agent who was not even an agent, was just an Italian guy who was working there close to La Masia, and he was trying to enter the industry with the agents of some players, so to enter into their agencies. As he started to call me, I still don't know how he got my number, to be honest, because I was just a 16, 17-year-old guy who was writing on small websites. But he asked me for some help, like, okay, if you can write some article on the skills of these boys we have here in La Masia. Imagine it was completely different football world. It was not like today where you can see players everywhere. So I started writing articles about that on two players, Mauro Icardi and Gerard Deulofeu. So he was able, as kind of agent, to show the agent of the player that he was trying to have some contact in the football industry. And so after that, he started working with the agents of Mauro Icardi, and when Mauro left Barcelona, Pep Guardiola didn't want the traditional number 9, so he was never in Barca plans to join Italy side Sampdoria. I got my first news, Icardi from Barca to Sampdoria, but of course it was difficult also for me to cover the story because I didn't have any skills to understand the power of the story. But it was the first one, and then Icardi started to do fantastic for Sampdoria. He moves to Inter in the summer transfer window, but I got the scoop, it was in November, and this agent told me, I owe you something, it's my moment to give you something after what you did for me. And so my first scoop was Mauro Icardi from Sampdoria to Inter, and I still remember that as a dream for me.
And when that first scoop went live and everything exploded, talk to us about that journey of the moment you revealed that to the world. What was a reflection on yourself and your social media and just general people with you?
For me, that moment when I broke the story of Mauro Icardi was really important, not just for the reaction of the people in the social media world or traditional journalism, but also for myself. I really had the feeling like, okay, I want to be a football journalist and I want to work on the transfer market because, you know, you have many opportunities. Maybe you can be a traditional journalist on newspapers, or you can be a traditional journalist in TV. So there are many ways to be a football journalist. But I understood in that moment that I really wanted to cover transfer stories. The adrenaline, the feeling I had in that moment when I got the story was insane. Imagine that this guy called me in November to tell me the guy will move Icardi in the summer transfer window. So it was like 6-7 months before, and he told me like you will see stories on Juventus, Roma, Napoli, many clubs interested, but remember, go on your way and always say Inter for Icardi. And so I had this feeling like, okay, if you have the right sources, you can really feel the excitement of people following you because you are bringing them the truth on the transfer story. So I was trying to enter the industry. Of course, it took a lot of time because from that moment I started moving to Milan, and actually my first day at Sky was the first day of Mauro Icardi at Inter. So it was really strange and curious that they asked me like, the first thing you have to do for us, and I was really a kid, is to cover the arrival of Mauro Icardi as an Inter player. And for me it was the easiest job in the world because of course I knew the player and the agent, but I really had the feeling that I wanted to do that. And so starting from that day I started spending like 6-7 years around the streets in Milan, outside hotels, restaurants or whatever, to get in touch with people, to get in touch with agents, presidents, players, or whoever was involved in the football industry, to create some contact, to build my network, and then that's how it started.
You're known for when a transfer is about to go live for you to say, here we go. Where did here we go come from?
Here We Go came from the conversation with people on social media. So what I love about Here We Go is that was not planned with a marketing strategy or any agency or anything like that, not at all. It was just me reporting on a Man United transfer, but again, I don't really remember which one. So I can't remember. It was just tweeting all days about that transfer, and then one day I said like, here we go, like, okay, it's finally over, this big saga, this big story. And all the fans were quite excited. Then I saw that the next tweets I was posting, all the people were saying like, okay, give us a Here We Go also for Arsenal, Liverpool, Real Madrid or whatever. So they wanted that kind of confirmation of the story. And it can be also a nice way to communicate to people that now I believe that the story is over, the deal is done. And so I started posting Here We Go like this, but it was really natural, genuine, was not planned with anyone, and that's why I love it. It really started with the people following me, and that's why I love it.
What's your favourite Here We Go moment?
My favorite Here We Go moment is Cristiano Ronaldo back to Man United. because I remember I was live in that moment, breaking the story live, and there were like 98,000 people following the live stream, and I was like, okay, it's more than Camp Nou. This is insane. This is not possible. So I was like, okay, I'm dreaming, but it was fantastic to see the excitement, the reaction, then the big name, the big club. It was incredible.